like that, and I'm going to teach you about Java. Before we start up with Java, I would like to explain you about POP and OOP. You know what's POP? Procedure-oriented programming. And you know what's OOP? Object-oriented programming. So, for examples, for POP programming, this type of programming has BASIC, COBOL, Fortran and C. And object-oriented programming has C++, Java and etc. The basic difference which differentiates these both is POP. It's procedure-oriented programming. It's all about procedure. And the second type, which is object-oriented programming, is all about objects and objects and objects. For two functions in these type of programming to communicate, this would be direct communication, and in this the object would serve to be like a bridge for the functions to communicate. And the second difference between these both are portability. POP is not portable. Suppose if you make a program and if you want to project it in some other computer, it wouldn't be possible. But in case of object-oriented programming, it is possible. We can take the program in any portable device like pen drive, hard disk or anything like that and make it project or use it or edit it in any computer. This would be the difference. And one more thing is, now we will have to concentrate on OOP because Java is the thing which I am trying to explain you now. OOP can be defined to be a modular approach which allows data to be applied in a stipulated program area, and it also provides the reusability feature of programs for producing productive logic. That OOP gives more emphasis on data. So remember this definition. OOP or object-oriented programming is a modular approach which allows data to be applied in a stipulated program area, which provides the facility of reusability. Any program which is made can be reusable in any number of times and there's no problem. The most important thing, OOP's principles or basic elements. The first principle of basic element of OOP is object. Object is a unique entity with its own data and functions. So in real world, to explain, unique entities data means characteristics and functions means behavior. That means an object is a unique entity which has its own characteristic and behavior. That means its own type of functions and its own type of data. So in this way, it can be differentiated from one another. The thing which differentiates one object from another object is called attribute. Attribute is the thing which differentiates two objects in anything like data or functions. Now classes. Classes is a set or a collection of objects. It's a blueprint of all objects contained in it. And data abstraction. Data abstraction is a process defined as a process in which it only represents the essential features, ignoring or leaving or without the background details. It is the process of representing only essential features without background details. For example, if you are driving a car, you just know how to drive a car, but you will not know its inner mechanism. You need not to know to have a ride. Data hiding, it's just about hiding internal objects from the world. And inheritance is the process to link and share particular features. For example, an object can share any feature with another object. So as this object is sharing its feature to another object, this would be called as a base object and this would be called target object. It has other words also. This base object can also be called as super object. And this target object can also be called as sub-object. And polymorphism. This is a process in which a function can be used for more than one purpose. A function can be used for more than one Encapsulation is the process of binding data and functions together as a single unit. Data and functions together as a single unit. And dynamic binding is a process in which in the runtime, when a program is running, the function call is linked to the function signature during the runtime of programming. Remember it this way. So we have 3 Ds in our basic elements: data abstraction, data hiding, and dynamic binding. So the first one, let me explain you from the starting. So you can remember these both, right? Object is a unique entity with its own data and functions, and a class is a set of objects. Encapsulation is binding of data and functions together for them to be applied together in a program. And data abstraction is a process in which only essential features are represented without any background details. And data hiding, it's all about objects to be hid, internal objects to be hid. And polymorphism is the process in which a function can be used for many purposes. And inheritance, it helps in sharing features from one class to another, which is superclass to subclass. And dynamic binding, it's all about binding or linking function call with function signature. So remember this very well. Object, class, encapsulation, binding, and data abstraction only essential, and data hiding, saving it from others, and polymorphism, I use it for many things, and inheritance, from other things also I want some, and DB, which is dynamic binding, function call and function signature in a particular program. Dynamic binding is about the function, if it's mentioned somewhere in the starting, it makes it to be called during printing. So this would be function call and this would be function signature. This is all about basic elements.